First remove the horse's front legs, then remove the back legs as well. Finally combine the reproductive and excretory organs into one, and a revolutionary animal was born. But after releasing the snake into the lower world, unexpected changes occurred. Birds became the primary victims. Their reproduction became a serious issue. If this continued, birds might go extinct. As the designer of birds, Kinsen had been struggling for a while. He needed to design an egg that could resist snakes, but Mizashima already had a solution, and thus the spiked egg was born. But laying such an egg would be painful for the mother. At the meeting, everyone is shocked by this design. They eventually decided to make the egg extremely hard so snakes could not digest it, which would prevent eggs from being eaten. But that was only in theory. When they ran a biological simulation, they found the chicks could not break through the hard shell, but they overlooked a key problem. Newly hatched chicks cannot move at all, and in the end, they still got eaten. Then Kinsen finally came up with an idea. They could start with the nest. By making the entrance face downward, the mother bird could fly in without fear of snake attacks. This creature became known as the weaver bird. They thought the bird's survival problem was solved, but this method was only a temporary fix. A few days later, trees were covered with weaver bird nests, and snakes kept attacking them. They had to solve the root problem by giving snakes a natural predator. Thus the snake eagle was born, a bird that specializes in eating snakes. When the gods created the world, they found making animals too troublesome, so they outsourced the task, and the Heaven Design Team was born. Today they received another request from the gods to create an animal that can eat leaves. The designers came up with 3 proposals. The first was the Pegasus. The old man here designed the Pegasus. His signature creation is the horse, so everything he creates revolves around horses. The next designer is Mizashima. His creation is a ping-pong sponge plant. Aside from the odd name, its length can stretch freely, and the spheres on its canopy can catch prey. The last is the long-necked deer. Simply put, a deer with an elongated neck. Whether a designed animal can be released into the lower world depends on one final step. The testing department exists for this. They create prototypes from the blueprints and eliminate those that cannot survive in the lower world. Unfortunately, the Pegasus was eliminated first because a horse's muscle mass is not enough for flight. Birds can fly, not only because of feathers and hollow bones, but also because they constantly excrete to reduce their weight. Next, the ping-pong sponge tree was rejected because it was too lightweight. Finally, the long-necked deer. The engineers built a prototype with a neck 10 meters long, but before it could leave the workshop, it collapsed from anemia. Then Mizashima suggested lengthening the legs, but drinking water became a problem. If they combined both ideas, it could eat leaves and drink water easily while reducing the strain on its heart, so dizziness would no longer be an issue. But then another problem surfaced. A giraffe is so large that eating only grass would not provide enough nutrition. This was quickly solved by adding bacteria to its stomach that convert leaves into protein. Cows have a similar stomach structure. The engineers followed all the requirements and created the final product, and that is the giraffe as we know it today. Just because he saw antlers on a deer, the man got the idea to put a horn on a horse's head. But the moment the unicorn was created, it collapsed on the spot. Engineer Higuchi rushed over to check on it. It turned out to have osteoporosis. As for why deer are fine, that is thanks to their powerful stomachs. 3 stomachs provide plenty of nutrients, but a horse has only one.